Oh, hi, how are you? It's time for the joy of Makerpen. Today on the joy of Makerpen, we'll make a koi pond. Come on, it'll be fun. Today we're going to make a koi fish, and I'll even show you how to animate him. I'm not the best at it, but I do an adequate job. So first of all, we are going to start, as always, with my favorite tool in the whole world, the tube. We're going to make this about 75% as far as our scale. Let's try 10-sided. We're going to make it at 10 facets. I think we will start with that size 8 up there. I've got to get it on the right color though. My goodness, we're not on orange. How could that possibly be? And we're not on cardboard? Oh, never let it be said. Okay, so there we have our beginning. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you today is the fastest way to make something like this. Instead of trying to be really skinny and trying to make it a little bit and then make it bigger and all of that, we're not going to do that today. No. We're going to go straight across and just make it one long piece like that. And then we are going to go to our double edit, which is right next to the done button, but we're not done. We have 2 dots, as you can see. One there and one there. We're going to go back and we're going to select those 2 dots. Hit the select button. We're going to hit 1 and 2 and turn them yellow. And then we're going to use our options to insert a point. And then we're going to go, you know what, we're going to add one more there. So we want to have at least 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably 5. Let's just give ourselves one more point in case we need it. We can always take it back out. Now we're going to go over and we're going to use our scale tool. And we're going to start here. This is going to be our nose. And we're going to take that down as small as we can get it. Just like that. All right. We're going to move to the next one and we're going to take it down some. And I'm going to show you from the front how that looks. So now we have more of the shape of the fish. Okay. And we're going to come back here and we're going to scale this one down. It's starting to look more like a fish, isn't it? My goodness gracious. And I'm going to take this one down just a little bit, not too much. And we have a rather big tail back here, don't we? So we may want to take that down just a little bit. So we have a basic fish shape, and it wasn't even hard to do. I love it when it's easy, don't you? I like tricks. I like things that make it easier for me. So there we have that. And of course we have to have some fins. So we're going to get our ribbon out. I'm going to make it a whole lot smaller though because it's really too tall right now. There we go. That's a little bit better. We want to kind of just get down here and find the center of our fishy, and we're going to give him just kind of a meow. So he's got kind of a, my goodness, he's got kind of a mohawk going on there, hasn't he? So let's play around with that a little bit and see what else we can do with it. And just put it right down inside there. And depending on how you see your fish, it can be any way you want it to be. He can have it up here in the front more. He can have more in the back. It can be a kind of an even one. There's all kinds of things you can do with fish because they're just so many different kinds and they look so different. No two really look alike. I'm trying to get this all measured right on that top line of my fish body. There we go. I'm happy with that. And let's just do that again. I have never made two fish that look exactly alike, and it's mostly because I don't think that fish are supposed to all look the same. I think they're supposed to have some personality. So I'm going to do my favorite thing to do, which is bring that together. There we go. Got a nice fish shape there. I'm liking that a lot. Of course, he's got to have some fishy shapes on the side of him too. We're going to look at this from the top down. We're going to do some fins here. He's got to have some fins so he can swim, right? I think it's going to go like that. And we're going to manipulate it. Bring it in. And remember, you can always grab a hold of these squares and kind of twist. See how I'm twisting this? Twisting it. You can always do that to give yourself some different shapes and some different looks to your items. That's the nice thing about using the square manipulating points, is you can really kind of just make things really bend to your will, as they say. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to clone that over to the other side. And I do a lot of things by eye, which is probably the reason that none of my things look the same. We need one more fin at the bottom, because fishies have fins at the bottom. I want 3 points in there this time. Alright, so we have our basic fish. Now we want to give him some color. Now, he's actually going to be a goldfish, so he is going to have some orange on him. But we're also going to try to give him some other colors too. So we're going to grab just the body. There he is. There's the body. I'm going to click the one in the center because you see it popped up just a tiny little bit. And we're going to give him some other colors to give him more depth and some more shine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to the white. And I am going to choose my material to be sand. Because sand has just a little bit of shimmer to it. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay. And then we can also do the same with the fins. Give it a little bit of a thing there. Change the color. See, we got two colors going there, so we got to move one of them a little bit. So we're going to do that. And then we can move it a little bit more by kind of just using our points and giving it some personality. I don't know if you've ever really looked at koi fish, but they are so very interesting. They have some very mottled looks to them. Some of them are just absolutely gorgeous. And others look almost like calico cats, which is kind of interesting too. There we go. Oh, that's nice. I don't know if you see that on, you don't see that on that side. You got a lot more white on this side. I'm going to turn the whole thing around. I'm going to say done. Look at there. Now, doesn't that look like a koi fish? They have some of the most wonderful and exciting colors to them. I just get so happy when I see them. I'm going to edit, and I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to clone it. And I'm going to clone the bottom one down just a wee bit because we want a nice big tail on it. And we're going to recolor those two. We can play around with them a little bit. And you know, there's no mistakes. Everything you do is the way you want it to be. Oh, maybe we need to go back. Sometimes we do. One more recolor. Okay, and now I can recolor. I accidentally had two of them there, so I'm going to grab this one. And then I'm going to grab just one of them up here. So I accidentally made them both white. There we go. So now I can manipulate. Now, one of the most important things we have to give our fishy is some eyes. And usually their eyes are black around the edges. They have rather big eyes. So we're going to recolor our donut. We're going to use a donut right now. We're going to color it to black. This might be just a little bit big, but we can always make it smaller. There we go. And I think I'm going to try to clone that over because I like the size of that. I like they have big eyes and it makes them very expressive. You know, you go to a place where they're have koi that you can feed, and they're just so expressive. They're so excited to see you and have a little bit of whatever it is you have in your hand for them. They're just such personality. I mean, I just get the biggest tickle out of them. I wish I could have a koi pond, and someday maybe I will, but right now I'm just gonna make one because I can. So we're going to change the color now. I made that with the sand as my material, but we want to have something nice and glossy for their eyes because we want them to have light inside of them. There's one. And there's two. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. I just love him. I can rotate this so you can see him from the side under this camera, and see how much expression there is in the reflection of an eye. Remember, when you're making anything, especially if you're drawing, you need to have some reflection in the eye because otherwise the eyes will be flat, and while they're mysterious, that's not always what you want. I want to do a little bit of black on the front end here, but I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to select the whole fish. Comes up with the option of select all. So I want to select the whole piece so that I can move this and have my pivot point in the center of the body. So now my pivot point is right here in the center of my fish. And I'm going to turn him over so you can see that pivot point in there, hopefully. I don't know if you can. The white kind of covers it up, but it is in the center. You can see that by the rotating tool. Okay, so there we have that. Now I'm going to edit just a little bit more. I want to see if I manipulate this back a little bit, if it's going to look more real to me. It also gives me a chance to make that I'm gonna make that one just a little bit bigger with my double edit, so that I have more chance to mix those colors in together. There we go. Let's see how that looks on the other side. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. This side doesn't have quite enough orange on it. I think I'm going to double edit that yet again and get myself a little bit more orange going. Ah, I like that. That's nice. I'm going to make that one just a wee bit smaller. There we go. Art is all about you. And all about your art. Don't ever worry about what other people say or think or do when it comes to your art. It's some of the most unusual pieces of art in this world have been done by people who just stepped outside the box and said, you know what, this is what I like, and hopefully other people will like it too, but if they don't, it's all right. I'm doing this for me. And they became very famous artists. Your art is yours. Don't ever let anybody take it away from you. Enjoy it and be happy. What do you think of that? I think that gives it some life, doesn't it? Instead of just being straight. I like that. I like that it looks more like something's happening there. All right. Well, that is my koi fish, and we're going to say that that is done. We have him so that we can move him around. He's all one piece. Now what we're going to do is we are going to animate him. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our palette and we're going to go to CV1. And we're looking for this funny looking thing right here, this animation gizmo. Now, the animation gizmo is going to, you can put it anywhere. You can put it right here like this, so you can see what I'm doing with it. You can make it bigger or smaller if that's what you want to do. So I can make it real little, or I can make it real big. But if I attach it to the fish, watch this. This is kind of fun. If I attach this to my fish and then I scale it, just like I'd scale anything else, it moves my fish. So I have to be careful with that. I can also move my fish around once he's attached. So the idea is that we want to use this gizmo, which I will show you right now how that works. We are going to configure it. So I go over to my palette, then we're going to go to configure, and we've got it ready to be configured. So now my configure, I'm going to pop it out. Alright, the configure is we're going to end up making this a ping pong because it's a fish, and fish do swim backwards every now and then. We're going to lower the speed to 25, and that's all we need to do at this point. We're not going to have it stop. We're not going to have it stop at the start or the end. It's going to be a continuous movement of our little fishy. So we can get rid of that now. So when we edit our toolbar, our tools change. And it comes up with this nice little gizmo here. What we're going to do is we are going to add a frame. So in this frame, you can see the blue dot inside of there. In this frame, I'm going to come down and I'm going to get the transform. All right? And I am going to move this fish with the transform. I'm going to move it, and you can see that that's stretching inside there. It's showing me what direction it's going, okay? And then I'm going to turn the fish. And I'm going to have him go a little bit further in this direction. Okay, now I'm going to go up here and I'm going to play that back. So our fish is moving. He starts there and he moves, and he's going to ping pong back there. Okay? All right. So we have one frame of animation, so I can move it from here to here like that. Okay, I'm going to add another frame, and we're going to just have our fish turn a little bit more, and we're going to have him go off in this direction a little bit, and we're going to have him turn a little bit more while he's doing that, and we're going to have him go a little bit closer to the camera, and we're going to have him turn just a wee bit more, and then we're going to add another frame. So now we have 3 frames, and in this frame we're going to have him come like this, and we're going to have him back up a little bit, maybe a little bit this way too, because fish often back up for no particular reason. They're just looking around. Okay, let's play that now and see what it looks like. What do you think? Is that pretty cool? He's just being curious, isn't he? All right. So we're going to stop him. We're going to take it all the way over. We can always also use these arrow buttons to go to the different positions, the different frames. And it makes it go fast when you do it that way. We're going to add another one. And we're going to say, okay, fishy, we want you to go way over here. And we're going to have you just kind of look down a little bit. And maybe float down a little bit. So you can do anything you want to with this. He can be looking like he's, oh, I found a piece of food on the floor. I'm going to go eat that up. And he can maybe go like this. And then we can add another. and just have him go back this way a little bit. And if we want him to do that real slow, we can come down here to the time stamp down here, and we can add an extra second to that. So instead of saying 5, it's going to say 6. And we're going to save that. We can add another one. And have him come back again. And then we can play that and see where it's going. So he's moving really slowly here. And he's a little faster that way. Okay, there we go. And he's going to go back. Okay, we're going to stop him and we're going to go up here where it says done, and that's going to complete the animation. Now, we can take him over and put him in our pond with the other fishies. So, we are going to say move, and we're going to grab this right here, and we're going to take him over to the pond. Let's go. All right, we have our fishy, and we're ready to put him in our pond. And he's down in our pond. Now we have to configure the 0 on here to anything above 0. So we're just going to make it a 1. And he's going to start moving around in there. Let's see what he does. See if he's in a good spot there. Other little fishies coming to check him out. Says, hey, what are you doing in my pond here? Oh, am I in your pond? I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Nope, he's up a little high, so we're going to move him down. And we may have to move him over because he's in the wall. There we go. Now this would have been much easier had I programmed him right in the water, but it would have been really hard for you to see on the camera. So we did it a little differently. And he's in there swimming with the other two, and they seem to be okay together, don't they? I think maybe he needs to come this way just a wee bit, and maybe up. And I may have to readjust him because he won't be perfect because he wasn't programmed in the pond. I find it's always easier to program any of these in the environment that they're going to be in. But I think he's kind of cute. He goes down in the water. And I have seen koi come up above the water like that. And I can always raise the glass of my pond too if I need to. So that was the joy of Makerpen. And we made a koi fish. And we animated it. Wasn't that fun? I hope you'll try doing these things. It's so much fun. You can make birds, you can make dogs, you can make any kind of an animal you can imagine. Fish are easy because they don't move much. So start with something simple. Thank you for joining me for the joy of Makerpen. Bye!